All righty, you ready?
Okay, thank you all for joining. This is not a meeting of the Harlingen Elected Commission, however, a quorum of the city commission may be present. Other city board members may also be present. Notice is hereby given that the Historic Preservation Council of the City of Harlingen, Texas will hold a regular meeting on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026 at 5:30 PM at City Hall, Town Hall Meeting Room, 118 East Tyler Avenue, Harlingen, Texas, and provide the public the ability to view the meeting via the City of Harlingen YouTube page. Starting with our agenda, I hereby call this meeting to order. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll skip Texas.
Hey now.
All right. Item 2, conflict of interest. Under state law, conflict of interest exists if a council member or certain members of that person's family has a qualifying financial interest in an agenda item. Members with a conflict of interest cannot participate in the discussion nor vote on the agenda item. Are there any known conflicts of interest to disclose at this time?
None.
None?
No.
Thank you. Item 3 on the agenda is citizen communication.
There's none.
Item 4, approval of previous minutes of the regular meeting from April 23rd, 2026.
Yes, I sent you all the minutes. If you were able to review, do you have any questions or comments?
Could I get a motion?
I motion to approve.
Any discussion? I have one correction. My name.
Oh, my goodness.
How dare you
Mayor.
besmirch Mr. DeBrook?
No way. Sorry. John Piercy.
Nope.
Which
Go.
one?
Item 1,
Item 1.
go up. Item 1.
Oh,
Oh,
DeBrook.
gotcha. Sorry. I'm using the old template.
They
You
don't.
should
they,
be in charge.
I'm like, they don't really look alike either.
Okay.
Any other corrections or comments?
None.
That said, we'll vote on the approval. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. All right, so item 5, it's my understanding this presentation will need to be rescheduled?
Mhm.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
Item 6, our first action item, consideration and possible action on local landmark application, Harlingen City Hall. Can I get a motion? Amanda, second? Second. Omar, second, thank you.
Alrighty, so as you have here, each of the applications is for y'all to review. Each of them provide their property ID, what is the historic significance, any supporting documents, what is it that we are, resource is it? Is it a building, a structure, an object, a site, and this one individually. I did need a little bit of recommendation on this. For this application, we tried to clarify that it was for the building itself, okay? The marker outside is for the city. It's not for the historical building behind it. So this is for City Hall, okay? So this is the first step to get City Hall as a local landmark, and then we could potentially get it as a state landmark. So we tried our best. We went through archives and different records that we could. We know that the architect is C. Lyman Ellis. It was built in 1950. It has all of the elements of integrity that support it. As we go down, there's the summary of the statement of significance of City Hall. It has some local significance, some regional significance, and it has state significance, and it explains that. This was also included in our Windshield Historic Resource Survey, so those previous consultants already provided us with information to support it as a historic resource. So it is owned by the city of Harlingen. It is, and then I just put here what THC has it on its atlas. And it is for, the Atlas marker is for the city of Harlingen, not Harlingen City Hall. And this one will be specifically for Harlingen City Hall. There's some front views, the side views. And then this was an article, I know, some of these newspaper articles you can barely even tell, but this was something that we got, that we were able to do some research on when the architect was actually doing construction of the city hall. Some renderings. It used to be also the office of the Chamber of Commerce at one point. The police station also used to have some jail units within within the inside. I think it was actually upstairs here. So we tried to provide you with as much as we could to help support City Hall as a local landmark. Any questions? We did also include here his a little obituary, just because, it specifically stated that he moved, from North Dakota to the Valley. And this was one of his first big work here in the Valley. And I think he was from Brownsville. His home was in Brownsville. And he built a lot of structures over there too, but this was the only one in Harlingen, and it was City Hall. Any questions? Alrighty.
So I just kind of wanted to recap for all of us. So our ordinance has a handful of items that are required for things to be eligible for this designation. And there's 2 of these, there's 10 items that it's got to check off. And obviously I think it hits several of them.
And you included that, correct, Alexis, in here?
Yes.
You checkboxed all the.
Yes, so on here, on
so, it was
the
towards-
elements
yeah.
of integrity, at least 2 have to be checked off. So it checks off all of them. Mhm. And you will see in your other applications that there was some that would only had 2 or. Yep.
And you got the drawings I sent?
Yes.
Cool.
Mhm.
And another question, so we'll have this categorized on our website, correct, with all these resources available to the public?
Yes.
Anybody can pull it?
Yeah, so once, so they'll need to be approved by the council, as Preservation Council. It does go now next to P and Z. P and Z will have approval on that. And then it goes to City Commission for final approval.
Great. Any other questions or discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. All those in favor of designating this property, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Unanimous. Great. Item 7, consideration and possible action on local landmark application, Harlingen Hospital.
Need a motion before we can discuss.
Motion, I motion.
Okay.
Christine, second?
Eileen.
Oh,
Okay.
Amanda beat you, I think.
We need buzzers.
Alrighty, so this is Harlingen Hospital that's located at the museum at 2425 Boxwood. I know in the first meeting we had a little bit of some updates regarding the structure itself, right? That it needs a lot to be done in rehab work. We've already gotten some of the structural assessment that was done by Ziga Architecture on what are the next steps for rehabbing this facility. So I don't want to give you that report just yet because there are some questions that I responded back with. So this is just, remember, it's for the local landmark. It is already a state landmark, and I did attach the state application itself that shows all of the state, the local significance, and regional significance. Okay? Any questions on this one?
On the narrative, it says from the early 1900s, and I think for historical purposes, could be clarified more because it was started prior to the United States going in World War I, and that's what the military hospital, the military building was here for. I don't know if...
Didn't I see on there that it stated 1904, didn't it?
Yes.
It does state in further, or where she was back earlier, it states that it was originally built in 1904.
Okay.
In the
thank you.
application, yeah, date built was 1904.
Okay. No questions for me.
Okay.
Anybody else? All right, we'll go ahead and vote on this one. All those in favor of designating the Harlingen Hospital, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Unanimous. Item 8, consideration of possible action on local landmark application, Lonsea Hill Home.
Motion?
I'll motion.
Okay.
Second? Norm?
Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Alrighty, same thing. This is already a state landmark. It already has the application attached to it. It fills all of the required elements of integrity, so this is another easy one for y'all.
I have a question on this one. So it's already designated statewide. How long ago was that done? What year was that done?
On the application, let me see, on the atlas,
97?
Was it 90?
right here,
Earlier.
the marker
Nine-
year was 1985.
Okay, so that being said, my question is, when it was designated originally, the house was, in every photo I've ever seen, was white with green trim.
Correct.
It's now a different color.
Yes.
Is there going to be a concern with Texas Historical Commission coming back and saying this does not match what was originally approved? I just kind of want to throw that out there to discuss.
For sure.
Could be an issue.
It could be an issue. You want the historical significance of the building to remain exactly the way it was, right? So I know we fought hard to do the downtown building and make it look exactly the way it was. Even the awning itself has that little curved, right? So yeah, we did notice that now that I am in charge of the museum and I have a manager on staff there full-time. We are already thinking of changing the color already.
Back to the white. Because
Yes.
I looked, and I cannot find any photos of it other than it being white.
White and green.
Yeah, you could question the trim just because they're black and whites, but that house is definitely
Yeah.
white. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Is that why on the elements of integrity, like materials is not checked off?
Yes.
And on the, I think it was in the narrative, it said it was constructed at Boxwood.
No.
No,
wasn't
but it wasn't constructed, but in there. it-
Okay, I can double check that. Yeah, we all know it was moved
Yeah.
to
Right.
Boxwood. Yeah.
Constructed, a local significance, constructed in 1904 at
Oh, okay.
Boxwood, so if that can get changed to there.
Yeah. Good catch, thank you.
Any other questions or discussion?
Not for me.
All right, thank you. That's a great point. All those in favor of designating the Lonsea Hill Home, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 9, consideration and possible action on local landmark application, Planters State Bank. I'm going to get a motion, please. Amanda?
I'll second.
Let Eileen take it from now. Sorry.
I think I need to do buzzers next time. Yes, so this is another state landmark. It has all the historic significance, all the elements of integrity to become a local landmark.
It's a state?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was not designated.
So it's not it's not a state landmark, but it's a state, like historical.
We've got a marker.
Recognized,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any questions?
This is a good one.
Yeah, that one's,
Yeah, so we were, in this photo right here, when the consultants came, we still had those.
arches.
Yeah, those type style of canopies, and so now we think there's some new photos here
Historically accurate
attached.
canopy.
We got some Sanborn maps.
There it is.
Yeah, this is the historical photo that we've been trying, to go back to. And then,
You.
remember when we used to have those? Yeah. I went to John at one point, I'm like, can I get rid of these? Like, I did not want them.
They were there forever.
Yes. Oh, okay, so we didn't, I guess we took the photos without the canopy, but if you guys see, the building now, it's beautiful.
Now it's right.
And we were gonna get a glass door, but due to privacy, concerns and stuff and safety of our employees, we decided to stick with the wooden doors. Alrighty, any questions?
All right, all those in favor of designating Planter State Bank signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Slam dunk. Thank you. Item 10, consideration and possible action on local landmark application, Lozano Plaza. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Norma, okay. Okay,
First time, okay, now I'll back off.
Eileen and Norma, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so Lozano Plaza, it's a little bit tricky, okay?
Yep.
Because the marker is for the Santos Lozano building that was once there, okay? So it's up to you all on the recommendation on what is it that we are going to classify it as, right? For the landmark application. I put here Santos Lozano building / Lozano Plaza, okay? That right there, I still wanted to showcase the historic significance of the lot, right, itself. But then I also wanted to showcase what now it stands as, right? So with that, it only marks location, the workmanship, the setting, the feeling, and the design part of it. The new restrooms are an example of how the building looked. We kind of replicated it, right? But I think I'm going to move forward with the recommendation to you all to just do the landmark application as the Santos Lozano.
It's the site.
Yes,
Yes.
as a site.
To say it as Santos Lozano Building
Site,
Site
correct.
/ okay.
Yeah.
And the workmanship, you're saying, is echoed in the
Bathrooms.
Yes, the bathrooms. Mhm. We did put the original Santos Lozano building plaque, the historical marker, on the bathrooms too. So it does have already history, but, behind that location, that site itself. But local landmark will be the site.
Yes.
Any questions?
Thank you. All those in favor of designating Lozano Plaza signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 11, consideration possible action on local landmark application, Harlingen City Cemetery. Can I get a motion, please?
I motion. It's my favorite
I
one.
second.
Omar, come on.
Favorite
man.
site.
Give them the next one. Alrighty, so the city cemetery is also another little tricky one, how you all want to recommend this. The city cemetery is a part of the state historical marker. It doesn't have a landmark just yet. So that's up to you guys whether you want to create a local landmark. And this right here, it checks off all the boxes, right? It's the first city cemetery here in the city of Harlingen. It was built in 1912. It has a lot of significance as far as, who's buried there. The first postman is buried there. So it justifies everything that we need to do to make it a local landmark. It's already state recognized. But as you see here, let's see, it's not a recorded Texas historic landmark. Now, that's up to you guys whether you want me to move forward with getting it as a recorded Texas historic landmark.
Cemetery's a little different in the way they mark them.
They can have markers as well as the medallions.
The medallions, yeah. But I attached the application that was submitted to THC that has all of the historic significance. We went out there, took pictures during the day, not at night. The marker needs a lot of work on. But, I mean, it was pretty crazy when I went there during the day, and I just felt it. It was pretty great to kind of walk in there and know that this was built in 1912. But yeah, it's up to you guys. As you guys can see, in all of the applications, Betty Murray wrote mostly all of them. So in the future, if we ever have a preservation award locally, I'd love to name it after Betty Murray.
Wonderful.
Great idea. If I could take a little tangent here, we haven't talked too much about what our plaque or medallion or what these things are gonna look like. We need to sort through that at some point.
Yeah, it could, however, I'd love to incorporate the logo that we have, and then just make sure, do y'all want the kind of reciprocated, like the Texas medallion, right? It has a little history behind it. Or do you just want it to just be the logo and then local landmark and then establish, whatever, the date was that we made it a local landmark. So that's totally up to you guys, how you all would like your medallion to look.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, just from an aesthetic standpoint, I don't think it should be confusing. It shouldn't look too much like the other ones,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
It should kind of have its own thing,
Its own book.
a little more recognizable.
Yeah, a lot of the other cities that do have, local landmarks, it's just their logo and the year that it was designated as a local landmark. But it doesn't really show any type of history, because if they're already state landmarks, it already has that.
Right. Yeah, that's another great point. A lot of these are going right next to a state marker
Right.
probably, so it's got all that good stuff
The
on
info.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll circle back to that whenever we.
Yeah, in our next meeting, we can draft up something and then we can approve.
Cool. Any other discussion on the Harlingen City Cemetery?
Would it be as a site? Would you
Yes.
designate it as a
Yes.
site?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Any other questions? All those in favor of designating Harlingen City Cemetery signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, passes unanimously. All right, here's a fun one. Item 12, consideration and possible action on local landmark application, Rolando C. Saldana. Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Norma
Don't
got it.
everybody jump up at
Norma
once?
got it.
Okay, okay.
Who was it?
Norma.
Norma? Second?
A second.
Yay. Alrighty, so we do have the applicant here, if you guys have any questions for her. Ms. Saldana, if you would like to kind of just explain a little bit about the property, and then if they have any follow-up questions, they can ask. Okay?
Well, the property, I looked it up and came across some unique finds that I found because we didn't know any backstory of the house. I'm taking that the house is probably built between maybe 1914, 1920s or so. Not sure, couldn't find proof, but I'm thinking, because the material of the house is built the same way as like the Lanceo house. The same wood, redwood that's on there is still there. The only thing is, I think the front of the house is replaced of the wood, but the chimney is there as the original chimney. It's, I found that the property, the survey that it's on, Survey 289, it belonged to Henrietta King back in the late 1800s. And, when her husband passed away, of course, she sold a lot of land and to go back home to Kingsville. So after that, I want to say maybe around 1912, 1914 is when I think Hollingsworth, he was the board district member for the school district at that time. And also Morris, he was the, I think, city marshal at the time also. He was into real estate of what I've read, and I'm thinking he had bought part of that property as well. Him and Hollingsworth subdivided and surveyed that area. After that, I believe the house, I think the only picture that I found that is the oldest is 1934, is that aerial picture. I don't know if, I think Augustine Gonzalez was the original owner to the house. I don't know, like originally, but I know that he owned the house, but he rented out the house. Because during the years, I can see different people, renting out the house until 1950, which is my grandmother, she had bought the house from him. And my father had been living in the house since then. So that's pretty much it.
So I'd say she just sent me down a rabbit hole, and I spent like half the morning. I knew nothing about the Saldana's family's contribution to getting water, fresh water to Harlingen, like integral to this place happening. The La Providencia Ranch, knew nothing about it, but there's some pretty exciting history there. And on page 37 of the application, so I saw that. And so that's kind of where the Providencia Ranch probably was, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Based on these Concepcion de Carcitos maps, two huge blocks that were both
Yes.
Saldana's. And so I was driving around there today, and I was thinking to myself, there's that little pull-off crossing the stripes.
Yes.
Nice little landscaped area. And this, in the little blurb there, is where you'd like the marker. Personally, I would much rather see a big marker about your family's contributions and about the ranch. I would rather see something huge and kind of your contribution of making Harlingen really livable in a prominent place like that. I mean, would you guys be interested in doing an application for that?
That's-
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what I was thinking, given the history of La Providencia Ranch with your family and how much research you've put in. It seems like all this is more directed at a subject marker from Texas Historical Commission would be more appropriate here, at least for the research you've pulled out. So that's something to consider as a alternate, perhaps, or in addition.
Yeah, because I would much rather share that story with as many people as possible. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. And I know that's probably like textile property or something, but I mean, we could totally figure
And,
that
and
out.
that makes it easier to put a marker there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is crazy, and I'd love to get a copy of your book. That's,
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you and your father being here and the story you just told. Thank you.
It's like, as you're going through it more, you're like, wow,
yeah.
wow,
Yeah, to see
wow.
that Henrietta King owned it. That's
So much,
really
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
And very interesting, too.
And so, and I'll also tell you guys with regard, this is obviously the first house that we've had come up, and we're not funded yet, so there's no incentives or anything that we can help with direction and everything else. And just heads up, from here on out, any alterations you're gonna have to go through this. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody had any other things to add there, but
That's a great suggestion. I like that.
yeah, please.
So, Mrs. Saldana, would you like to move forward with still getting the house locally landmarked? Or do you want to do Providencia Ranch as a site instead?
And the Saldana family
And
story.
yeah,
So, yeah.
how would you all like to move forward with that? We can still put your last name on the plaque and.
Yeah, if we have to. It's in
Yeah.
La Providencia, right?
Or we could
Just
table
because-
it until.
Just because, we have no funding just yet. The ranch? Okay.
Yeah, and then as soon as we have money, come back, and then we can help you with the house.
Yeah.
But you've already done all the hard work, so.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
done so much research on it, and there is more.
Okay, so would you guys like to refrain your motion as maybe designating the site as a local landmark, still using the same application? Because she still supported her
You've
documentation.
done the work. here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just redo the cover sheet, I guess.
Yeah, and I'll resend it to you just to get your signature now that it's going to be a site. Okay?
Didn't mean to blindside you with it. I hope y'all are comfortable with that. Because,
Will it still need to come to you guys again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
in August, okay.
so I guess what we do is we just vote this one down, and we'll do
Table it?
Table it.
table it, if we could table it.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
I need a remotion to
Yeah.
table.
Any motions to table the item?
Go ahead.
Norma?
Okay.
Norma
Second.
and Omar.
All right, motion's tabled. And again, thank you guys for sharing your story. That's, I didn't know.
I didn't know either. I didn't either.
Well, I think, should we vote on the tabling though?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And I think we found our next president.
That's a low bar.
All right. My favorite item, 13. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Who's second?
Aye.
Okay.
All those opposed? Unanimous.
Good job.
Still catch the soccer game.
Yes, it starts right now.
30-minute meeting, it was good.
Whoa.
A productive, 30-minute,
Chair
very
or what?
productive.
Ah, these chairs are very comfortable.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I mean, they have to sit here for how long?
Hours and hours.
Thank you, bye-bye.
I spent the morning at Old Cemeteries.
Oh, I know, that's why I asked you about, I know that you are the cemetery expert.
I'm learning, and I'm getting a committee of people who want to work on it, and bringing in other people who know more. So that's-
Why isn't there a goal yet?
I have family buried at F Street.
At where?
F Street, the Harlingen Cemetery, I have family buried there.
Yeah, I was up in Santa Rosa today, and I asked the post office clerk, and she said, there's not a cemetery here, and I said, well,
I think it's a private
I
one, I
know
think it's
there's.
a family one.
There's Santo Nombre, and there's also what used to be Hinojosa, is now called San